huge. Maybe like, I don't know, 3,000 square feet, something like that. 3,500. Yeah, I don't need a mansion or anything. I just want it to be built for me and my lifestyle. Big giant closet room, things like that. Is there a trend that you don't get? A trend that I don't get. Probably. There's probably a lot of trends that I don't get as I'm getting older. And I'm not a teenager or like a TikToker anymore. But I can't think of one offhand. What makes you happiest? What makes me happiest is when I have like all parts of my life are, in a pretty good spot. Doesn't have to be perfect, but when I have, I'm not in a fight with like my boyfriend or friends. My work is getting done. My YouTube is doing well with views. I have a plan for the future. What makes me happiest is feeling productive, feeling social, feeling like I have a plan of action for what's next, feeling like my savings is in a good spot, feeling like everything around me is purposeful and organized. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you could choose another name for yourself, what would it be? Julia DiCaprio. What do you do to reset your mental health? And how do you know you need to take a step back and take care of it? To reset my mental health, I can either do two things. If my mental health issue is one of stress with like working and just being so like on 24/7, I reset by forgetting all of that. I'm actually pretty good at compartmentalizing. I have this hair in the back. And going out and being with my friends and just being crazy and, feeling the energy of my friends and my family and the people I love, the people around me. If I need to reset because I've been doing too much of that fun stuff, I quite literally hide in my room and do nothing but watch TV, which for me is what makes me able to like forget, because I get very like enveloped in the stories of the characters that I'm watching. So getting enveloped in like their stories, forgetting my own, ordering a really delicious meal and just sitting in front of the television unbothered and unapologetically for like 12 hours. I pretty much do this every Sunday, and I know it's like the joke, like, oh, I'm hungover, but even if I'm not hungover, I still really need to have that time that's just by myself, doing that, and that's just something I enjoy. So whether that might not be the thing for you, it might not be TV, it might be a book, it might be taking a really long walk, a podcast, maybe it's sleeping. Like my boyfriend sleeps till like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon sometimes on a Saturday because he wakes up super early for work, and that's his day to sleep, and that's what he needs. So it's just about recognizing that you're not being like lazy or unproductive. You don't have to be productive every minute. Sometimes you just need to like rest. And how do I know when I need that? I definitely find myself needing that at least once a week. So rather than pushing myself to the point where I'm like, okay, do I need this? Am I like dying and stress myself out? I pretty much just hold like Sundays sacred to me, and I don't make a plan on Sunday. Sundays are for me. Like, don't ask me to do anything on a Sunday. I might do something on a Sunday like once every 3 years. So instead of like knowing when I need to take a step back, I just plan to take a step back once a week. How many kids do you want, and when do you want them? Do you think you'll still do YouTube after you have kids? I want between 2 to 3 kids, and I want to start trying to have kids around 29 or 30, so within the next like 2.5, 3 years. Probably 30. I want to kind of live out my income, or I don't know, like I'm definitely, not to say that it's all about the money, but like in terms of my career, I really want to move forward with my career and be as high up as I can, like corporate wise. So I feel like there's going to be one day where it doesn't make sense for me to do YouTube anymore, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And maybe it won't happen because maybe as the baby boomers that are super traditional like move out of C-suite positions, and more millennials and Gen Z like move into higher positions, people will be allowed to have an online persona in addition to being the chief marketing officer of Apple, right? So I would hope for that, but I don't know. Do you think you'll ever move from Philly, or is that where you'll want to live forever? You guys ask me this a lot. I'll be in Philly forever, probably. I'm definitely not going to another country. Everyone I know here is here. My family is here. Another state doesn't really appeal to me because I can just go on vacation if I want. I like Philly because it's still a city without being Manhattan, but it's not, you know, bumfuck Kansas either. It's like just a nice balance. It's good. We have New York City nearby, we have Jersey with the shore, we have the Poconos, which is the mountains. Connecticut's not too far. It's an easy plane ride to Florida, like South Carolina. So like it's a good location that we're in. Do you prefer your own family or your boyfriend's family? I mean, I obviously love my family most because they're my family. I guess maybe that's not obvious for some people because some people might have falling out with their family. Yeah, I mean, I love my family, but I will say what my family doesn't have that my boyfriend's family does is like this huge family where they all get together for like a family reunion, or like, they all party together and stuff like that. So I don't have that dynamic in my family, and I do love that and have fun with my boyfriend's family. So I love my boyfriend's family, but I love my own family, of course. This is an interesting question. When you eventually have kids, are you concerned about finances in terms of possibly having to rely on your partner for the main source of income during pregnancy and not being a breadwinner? Yeah, I mean, my career is like a big part of my identity for sure. And I don't plan on like quitting my career being pregnant or like being a mom. I mean, when you say concerned, having to rely, I mean, if I had to rely on Tony for my money, like, that would be fine, I guess. I just would feel like a little bit, I don't know, my career is important to me, but I don't plan on giving it up when I'm pregnant or having kids. Maybe taking a break, maybe that would be a good time to just do YouTube, because I have the flexibility of working for myself and choosing my own hours, and still making some sort of income. But yeah, I don't know. Have you ever considered making an OnlyFans? This question is like, I'm pretty sure everybody gets this question if they've ever done a Q&A. No, I have not considered making an OnlyFans. I definitely, my opinion on like OnlyFans has changed more recently is right now, actually I know that where the world is right now, you can't do OnlyFans and have like a corporate high up job. It's just not something that you can do. So my career is important to me in that sense, and that's not something that aligns with that. It's also just not something that aligns with kind of, I don't want to say like my morality, but kind of just my vibe, right? Like, I don't really want to be gawked at like in that way by men. Everyone wants to look hot, feel desired, but not like, that's just too much of a personal level for me, and I'm just not interested in that. And I think like we should be allowed to say to young girls considering this that are 18, 19, 20, like, hold your horses, like, let's think about this. Is this the best path for you? But everyone gets bulldozed if they like have some sort of negative opinion on sex work. But you know, it's a valid opinion, and it's real. Somebody asked me if I've ever had a concussion. No, I'm sorry if you're having whiplash. In the future, would you like to buy a home within Philly itself or the suburbs? The suburbs. Do you feel like a lifelong renter? No, I would like to buy a house. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be an actress, a singer, a photographer. Yeah, I think those were about it. What is your favorite ASMR trigger? Demonstrate it for us, please. Whispering is like my main one, so I'm demonstrating it now. What would you do if your values and opinions shifted from your friends' values and opinions? It just depends. Like, it depends how far they've shifted, because obviously you're going to have differing opinions than your friends. They're not going to be exactly on point. But, I don't know if they differ to, like, an aggressive point where you guys just don't feel like you're on the same page anymore, and you know that, like, if you met them today, you most likely would not be friends, and you're not just, like, hanging on to history, then I would say it's time to kind of cut the cord, cut the friendship. If you didn't do YouTube, what would you be doing right now? Probably just my corporate job. I don't know what else I'd be doing. I mean, I do YouTube as a side hustle because I enjoy it. So, I don't know. Maybe I would have another type of side hustle business too. I'm not sure. What do you want the next 5 years to look like? I would like to kind of have my little typical cookie cutter, like, engaged, married, kids. I'd say within the next 5 years, that's like where I'm at right now. Someone asked me, are you a cat? Yes. Where is Sunday's upload? Yeah, I didn't upload last Sunday. I have been a little bit more forgiving with myself if I need to skip an upload here or there, because I'm just one person. I don't have a team. I don't have an assistant. I don't have an editor. And sometimes YouTube posting is just always not the absolute number one priority. So if you don't see me posting, that's just because I was that busy. Guys, I'm pretty sure I answered most of your questions. What is your dream job? My dream job would to be some sort of C-suite or like high-level executive for a really cool company. Maybe it's tech or like pharma, or just something super serious and badass. I just want to be an advocate for women getting to the top with their careers. And yeah, walking away from always appreciate them, and I do always look